This podcast has a new name. The direction in which we're moving is the same. It's just that the principle I was searching for finally revealed itself. For years, decades really, I've been focused on sharing something that I've been struggling to find the language to express. I've been teaching and talking about self-control. For most people, this is an abstract and misunderstood concept. And that's where I ran into trouble of sorts. I was spending my time explaining what self-control is and how to operate with excellence through its mastery. I knew what I meant, but the message wasn't getting across cleanly. And the deeper I went into this work, with my research, with clients, and finally with the ACT score system, the clearer it became. What I'm teaching is related to self-control, but distinct in an important way. I'm speaking about consistency, exercised daily as a practice, and expressed in every moment of choice. Hey there, it's me, Core, and you're listening to Exercising Consistency, from fitness to flourishing. Did you hear the difference? In case you missed it, this show is now called Exercising Consistency, from fitness to flourishing. Here's the truth I finally had to name. Consistency is how self-control is expressed. If self-control is the operating system, consistency is the user experience. If self-control is the faculty, consistency is the realization. In other words, consistency is evidence of trained self-control. Self-control is the internal event, the choice. But what we see is the skill of consistency, physically following through. And the best training ground for that skill is an exercise practice. Here I'm talking about a full practice. This includes exercise, nutrition, recovery, sleep. An effective exercise practice is a lifestyle, not just the workouts. As you condition your body, you provide for the health of your brain. You'll make better choices with a healthy brain. That's where the real work begins. But it goes even further, because the goal isn't just to be consistent with workouts and healthy eating and all the rest. The goal is to be consistent with your preferred self. That's the double meaning. Exercising consistency physically, and also exercising consistency with your highest values and your most important goals. That's the person you aspire to be. Same phrase, two levels of understanding and expression, one philosophy. And once I saw this clearly, the three challenges of behavior snapped into place. Challenge 1, you want to exercise consistently, but you start, stop, restart, and repeat. You're fighting for basic follow-through. Challenge 2, you exercise fairly consistently, but not daily. There's a lack of structure and process. You're capable, but not reliable. Challenge 3, you train daily. You're disciplined. You're fit. But the benefits aren't transferring into the rest of your life. You're consistent in the gym, but inconsistent in your identity, your work, your relationships, your direction. And this final challenge is the one most people never talk about. But it's the one that makes the biggest difference. Because challenge 3 is where flourishing begins or fails. This is the heart of my work. I help people take the follow-through they apply to their exercise practice and transfer it into the rest of their lives, taking the principles, skills, and systems of physical development and applying them to any aspect of life through structured, identity-aligned consistency. through doing what you said you'd do, living in alignment with your values, and exercising consistency physically, mentally, ethically. That's the real work. And that's the work this podcast is now named after. So the name had to change for the sake of clarity. The philosophy matured and the language caught up. This show is now called Exercising Consistency because that's what we're doing here. Training the skill of follow-through, building the identity that can carry it, and learning how to live consistent with the person you aspire to be. From fitness to flourishing. That's the arc. If you want to train this skill with me and others of a like mind, join the Exercising Consistency community. Inside, you choose your first daily exercise standard and begin competing in the Act Score Challenge. You are only competing with yourself. You build streaks of unbroken days, living up to your own personal standard. If you miss a day, you learn to reset quickly, training the skill of follow-through one day at a time. And if you are someone who already trains daily, but isn't seeing the benefits outside the gym, this is where your next level begins. Welcome to Exercising Consistency, a new beginning along the same journey. I appreciate you being here with me. That's it for today. Catch you next time.